I am kidding a candy store. What's about to happen here?
Stand by. 3, 2.
Let's talk about during the round. You finally get off the range, you head to the first tee box, you start to play, and maybe you have your first few good shots, first holes are doing all right, but you start getting a slice or a hook, and it's repetitive, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what adjustment can I make? This is a nightmare problem for amateur golfers, because you're like, I don't want to go and try to make a major change while I'm on the course, but are there any subtle things that you have guidance for folks like us that can help kind of counteract maybe a body's tendency that day for the golf shot?
Okay, on the golf course it's a lot easier. Your
Okay.
only goal on the golf course, right, is not to change your mind over the ball. That is your only goal. So every time you step up
That
to the ball.
sounds so simple, but it's so hard.
Well, look, if you could do it, not alone would you be a professional, you'd be one of the best professionals if you could not change your mind.
Yes.
So imagine it like this. You make up your mind what you're going to do. I'm going to hit a 7-iron, I'm going to aim at this, I'm going to hold it in the wind, I'm going to hit it easy, or I'm going to hit it out. All the decisions are made.
Right.
And the minute you step forward, you're not allowed to introduce any new thoughts.
Okay. All right.
You're
locked in.
You're the best golfer in the world if you can step forward and not introduce, I need to hit it harder, don't miss it left, maybe this is not the right club. If you don't introduce any new swing thought, you are going to be the best player you can be at that day. And as I said, you'd be surprised how good you would be. What happens if you're not playing well? Then the tendency is, I want to change things.
Yes.
That can get difficult because you don't know what to change.
Right.
So first thing I would do if I hit a bad shot is change strategy.
Okay.
So
wholesale, like at
actually, I'd even go back. I'd double down and go, if I hit a bad shot, I'd ignore the first one.
Okay.
And wait to see a pattern.
Okay.
So if you hit a hook, it could have been the tee box was a bit lined up, you got a little bit out of position. So go to the next hole and believe that hook doesn't exist.
Short-term memory is a big deal in golf, right? Yep.
So ignore it for a hole or two. I'm not saying if you've hit it left and you stand up on the next hole, there's a lake left, then you change your strategy.
Okay.
I wouldn't change your swing thoughts or your technique for a little bit, for 3 or 4 holes.
Okay.
And if it's persistent after 3 or 4 holes, it isn't the alignment on the tee box, it isn't the upslope. Because these things can all get you, a hole going up, uphill can change your swing. Maybe the tee is a bit askew. So ignore it for a while.
Yeah.
Change strategy based on the hole, maybe go back to a 3-wood, maybe play to the right, or if there was trouble left. That's a good way of doing it.
Do you ever just think about playing the swing you have and say, okay, look, I'm hitting a fade heading towards a slice, I'm just going to aim left, and that's okay, because that's what's coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's okay.
So the first thing is ignore it. The second thing is strategy, allow for it.
Yes, okay.
Or change club, or make sure you don't, if there is trouble right and you've hit a few slices right, okay, well, hang on a second. You've got to really avoid that, and you've got to do something else, and maybe play the hole as a 3-shotter rather than a 2-shotter.
Okay.
You've got to use strategy. It's quite hard to fix a golf swing on the golf course.
Yes.
If you're going to fix it, the exaggeration is quite extreme. So if you're hitting a slice, you've actually got to stand there, not try and hit a straight shot. You've got to stand there and try and hit a hook. Obviously, if you're hitting a hook, you got to. And there are drills. I put them out in my Paddy's golf tips. There's little drills that you can do. So again, if I was hooking the ball, or if it was a strong right to left wind, when I'm standing there at it, I'll just take a few real slice swings where I swing my hands across,
just to feel it,
and then I'll stand there and hit it neutral. I don't try and do it when I'm hitting the ball. I do it in my practice.
Okay.
So I'd swing. Not my body left, I'd swing my arms left if I want to stop hooking the ball.
Okay.
And if I want to stop slicing the ball, I swing my arms right in a couple of practice swings because the club flips over. So I do a bit of prep, and you can do that. You can take 5 or 6 swings when everything else is happening. I'm not telling you to slow down your play. I'm telling you, when you're waiting and other guys are doing things and it's not your turn to play, obviously you're not trying to distract them. You can take these practice swings. And remember, it's more the arms and club path that's going to determine where the ball is going.
Okay.
It's not, you can turn your body and the club can still go right. So it's pull your arms down for a slice, push them out for a draw.
Okay.
And that gets into your swing. So I'd have to see your swing for those fixes, but in general, ignore it. And think about it like this. So many people would say they had a bad 9 holes of golf. They gave up on the back 9 and they played great.
Yes.
So it might be already in there if you could just get out of your way. But the golden rule Once you step forward, I'll be trying to do this week myself. Once I step forward, if I can commit to whatever and stick to it, not change my mind, not introduce anything new, I'm going to play the best golf I can at that moment.
That's incredible. Well, I think, you know, we talked about this before too. Quieting the brain is a hard thing to do, but it's the pursuit that we should be seeking when we're over the ball.
It's not a light switch.
No.
And I've told this, you can't just switch your brain on and off. You can't just quieten down. You actually have to work at it and practice it.
Wow.
And the more you do it, the better it gets. It's a gradual thing. It gets better and better and better, rather than some people thinking, I can do everything wrong.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I can switch into gear.
Yeah.
That's unusual, let's say. It's not that it has never happened. People have fallen into the zone and got there and been in the Zen state or whatever you want, in nirvana. But if you actually work at it, you can get quite close to it all the time. That you're pretty good at it.
For us, it's typically, you know, a few bad holes, it's fireball time.
Yes,
so, yes, but we're going to try to avoid that this week.
But it's not the fireball that does the job. It's the fact that you have relaxed and you've said, I'm not worried about this. I'm not stressed about this. I'm not trying anymore in that sense. And that's why you've relaxed, given up a bit, but given up all that tension and pressure. And that's why you play well.
In software and analytics, we call that root cause analysis. So that's the same thing. So.
Okay, very nice. Okay. So, you swing nice.
Oh, someone record that. Is that on tape? Thank you.